But he that receiveth the seed into stony places, the same is he that heareth the word, and annoyeth with joy, receiving. Yet hath he not rooted it in himself, but doeth for a while. But when tribulation and persecution arise because of the word, by and by he is offended. These are the peoples, I'm going to identify them, who was in Iraq in 2006. They all was told, if you take on this law of democracy, that's all you got to do. Ain't nothing else to it. You're going to receive, we're going to feed you. Well, he's over there for food himself. Because it tell you there in Daniel chapter 4, that the tree grew out of the earth that spread it all over the earth, that fed the whole land. He's over there for food because he needs your crude oil to feed his nations with. Because there's at the last oil reserve. Now, but this part is where, because of the word, because of the persecution come in by way of this democratized system of the United States of America, they became offended with the world. So they hope these peoples take and get their peoples at night, bind them, torture them, and shot them in the back of the head and dump them on the streets of Baghdad. These fled away from the world and denied Jesus, denied the word of God. These are there. When you found all them 1,500 that man's alleged that they was killing ever since January, like we ought to be proud of a kill of another human being life. We ought to receive it as a joyous thing for them to get. We're not like the rest of the Americans. We know how it mean what it means to be poor. We know what it means to go hungry for days and days at a time and seem like there was no food going to come to your table. We know what it means to go thirsty. Ragged. We know what it means. So when you take and beat down another person on this faith that came from the poor people, it doesn't matter where his part of the earth came from. You beat me down. When you come and you impose just injustice upon a man, and you slaughter them people without a just reason, a just cause, you're beating me down. You slaughtered me. My heart goes out for the peoples of the land that have suffered many things for no fault and no reason of their own. You ain't gonna make me love you for that. I want to tell you this. I'll go to my grave speaking these things because this is what love is about. This is what it is in people. This is what God talking about here in St. Matthew chapter 13, verse 20. You has not rooted in him, yet he has not rooted in himself, but do it for a while. For when tribulations and persecution arise because of the word of God, I'm going to add that, by and by he is offended. He don't want to hear that. He don't want to get you right. When Henry come in with his nuclear weapons and everything, tell you got to democratize yourself, he don't want to hear what his brothers got to say about no God. He don't want to hear it. But he done sit up there and holler, Allah, Allah, all this here, God this and God that. But when persecuted, this is the way some of the preachers here in the United States of America is today. They preach the word of God throughout with chicken grease lying all across their face and sweating. And at the end, when they be persecuted, they don't want to hear it. The things that they think will bring them down, they don't want to hear. Verse 22, 13:22. He also that receives the seed among the thorns is he that hears the word, and the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches chokes the word, and he become unfruitful. Oh Lord. He talking about these rich preachers that don't want to go by Walmart, just pass there with flying 100 miles an hour. He talking about these preachers that go to these elite places, buy all this stuff. Sure, God gave it to them, but it's the way you perceive your richness. He tests us that the poor, rich, poor, and everyone alike every night. He gives us a little more than we deserve to check your mind out, because he done wrote you down here in St. Matthew chapter 13:22. And when you sit up there and you see that Dow Jones, the devil, when Dow Jones falls, some of these preachers who is wealthy jump more than the wicked man. This is what they do. They jump more. But there he that receiveth these, this is chapter 22. This is your part in chapter 22, St. Matthew 13:22. Now 13:23. But he that receiveth the seed in good ground is he that hears the word and understand it, which also bring fruit and brings forth some and 100-fold and 60 and some 30-fold. These are the ones that sit and tell you, you can't buy me nothing, you can't give me nothing, you can't sell me nothing. These are the ones, doesn't matter what you propose in front of them to make them great in the earth and to stand up before man and be glorified by man. They will tell you away with it. Oh, they've been trying their best to try to trap me and all kinds of junk. They set up here from Best Buy and lied and said I bought a cell phone at their place. And they kept calling me, telling me to come and down and give them my debit card number or my ATM card number so they could take their money out of my thing to pay for a cell phone. Well, this, they know I don't buy no cell phone. They using this as a lie. If I take and act stupid and do something like that, give them my debit card number, they would take and get an old cell phone up there and call drug dealers and make it look like I'm buying and selling drugs. That's how simple this devil is. They've been done to me all the time. I've been yelling and crying, but every time I get out of one thing, they stick something else out there. I don't need their drugs. It costs a stupid man to do drugs and sell drugs. He has placed himself on the brink of eternal destruction in hellfire. They bring these crackhead and crack selling people around me, high-tech jokers around me, and set them before me and think that they're going to intimidate me to buy and sell their drugs. Joe come to me one day when they moved in with his crouch caught up between his tail and his tail part out like an open hood on a garbage truck. Open tailgate on a garbage truck where everything is smelling stinky. Stepping towards me like that, like I'm intimidated by him. No, I'll die. Ain't no sucker gonna make me service, but I die, give up this life. It ain't gonna happen. I don't care. I mean, it is something to me, yes. Now, another parable, I don't want to go here on this young year because this here is the people in verse 23 that held their integrity towards God. These are the people that you found laying in Baghdad a rag 40 to 200 a night. These are the ones maintain their integrity towards their God and their Lord. These are the ones who's given their life or their daily to protect their own land. These are the ones